How to understand Gen Z. If you find yourself lost when your kids or younger siblings crack jokes or make references, you're not alone. As with most young generations, the adults in their lives often struggle to understand their humor, political views, and plans for the future. However, Gen Z isn't so different from us, especially if you look at what they've been through already in their short lives. If you'd like to understand Gen Z a little bit more, watch through these facts to see what this generation is thinking and why they do the things they do. 1. Acknowledge their diverse backgrounds. Gen Z is the most racially diverse population in the US. Around 52% of Gen Z is white, and the rest of Gen Z is racially and ethnically diverse. They are no strangers to meeting people who are different from them, which often leads to more acceptance and less hate. In order to get along with Gen Z, you'll need to be open to being around people from all different backgrounds, economic statuses, and cultures. 2. Encourage their social activity online. They were born into the social media age, after all. Yes, the rumors are true, most Gen Zers are plugged into their phones or computers for most of the day. While taking a break from screen time is always good, most Gen Zers aren't just aimlessly scrolling, they're making connections, chatting with friends, and taking in new info. 3. Support their human connections. Gen Z doesn't want to text or DM all the time. In fact, studies show that the majority of Gen Z prefers face-to-face communication to online chats. This is especially true when they're talking to their friends or loved ones. If your child or younger sibling wants a ride to a friend's house, be open and willing to help them out. While video chatting is fun, nothing beats hanging out with your friends or family members in person. 4. Many Gen Zers are used to instant gratification. If you're a teacher, you might have experienced students asking for their grades mere hours after they submit an assignment. Don't be nervous, they're usually just excited. Instant feedback isn't always an option. If you're in that position and get asked for feedback too quickly, gently remind them of your workload and give them a realistic timeline. 5. Talk about current events with them. Their online presences tune them into a lot. While they might not look at traditional news sources, like cable TV, they know a lot about politics and legislation. Many Gen Zers are very passionate about human rights, climate change, and racial justice, and they aren't afraid to speak out either. Most members of Gen Z are fairly similar to millennials in their political views. 6. Support their mental health struggles. Depression and anxiety have skyrocketed in recent years. In fact, one study shows that depression and suicide rates in teen girls have increased by 150% in the last 10 years. If you know someone in Gen Z who struggles with mental health issues, let them know that you're here to talk or help if they ever need it. Gen Z is also more open to talking about mental health with their friends and family members. 7. Be willing to talk about social change. Most of them see social change as a good thing. Polls show that around half of Gen Zers think that legalizing gay marriage is a good thing, compared to 1/3 of Gen Zers and 1/4 of Boomers. Gen Z is more likely to take a stance for social change, so they might be more open to having a discussion about it with you. Gen Z is also more likely to get involved with social change by going to protests and signing petitions. 8. Don't worry if you don't understand their jokes. Their humor is very ironic, and a little absurd. Gen Z humor is constantly evolving, and being online means they can stay up to date on jokes even more. Dark humor is very popular with Gen Z, and many of them say it helps them deal with trauma and stressful situations. Unfortunately, Gen Z has been exposed to a lot of gun violence already. Many of them use dark humor to cope with that fact. There are also usually layers to their humor that might go back years. Oftentimes, jokes will reference a meme from 10 years ago, a video posted 2 days ago, and an ironic twist that they just came up with. If it sounds complicated, that's because it is. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.